fighting out of a tiny gym like One Kick, making the waves that the man is making, fighting power bar, Marc-Andre Barriult. I mean, brother, this is a step up in competition, absolutely. But I gotta say it, if anybody is ready to do it, it's the man fighting out of One Kick's gym, Chidi Njokuani, man. Now, my question to you, AJ, is who do you like in terms of David versus Goliath? Because that's what I think this matchup is. Marc-Andre Barriult fighting out of Sanford MMA, literally the new super camp in Florida, versus the tiny gym, One Kick's gym, Chidi Njokuani, Chidi Bang Bang, brother. Shout out to Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Man, I like the comparison because it really does lead to that. And on paper, you would think that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and Chwani was is a little bit undermatched, a little bit, gonna be the David in this fight against Goliath. But man, I actually favor Njokuani in this one. Man, he's very very talented. And I agree with you, Derek. I like most, or the thing I like most about him is his kicks.
Yeah.
Very snappy front kick, calf kick, head kick, wherever you want to go. This dude sets it up very nice and leads his opponents into the kick where he sets them up very, very nicely. Although at the same point, man, you have Marc-Andre Barriult, who you're right, he's going to walk you down, he's going to smash your face, he's going to work the ground game. But if Njokuani can actually surprise Barriult and get him on the ground, flip something around, because we saw in Njokuani's Contender Series fight, he was losing a little bit of the grappling exchange at the beginning, but then once he got into his mojo, into his feels, then he started flipping around, man, hitting the switches, hitting the turns, and actually getting the advantage on the ground. And I think if he does the same thing to Marc-Andre Barriult right this one, it's going to be something surprising that Barriult, he's not a star-studded performer. He's recently becoming a fan favorite, or at least a notable face you're going to be seeing a lot, but he does struggle a little bit. So if Chidi can come in and steal that heat that he's kind of starting to find, I think it's going to be very advantageous for Njokuani going forward and going to really line up that name, man. I personally like Njokuani in this fight. I think it is going to be an uphill battle and probably the hardest opponent he's fought so far in Barriult, but I still favor Njokuani with those kicks, man. They're deadly. They're dangerous. Who do you think, Derek?
Well, I'm favoring Chitty Bang Bang on this one, man, simply for the length, I always got to choose the fighter who's got the 6-inch reach advantage, who can keep the fight on the feet if possible. Like I said, he has underrated takedown defense, underrated ability to get back up to his feet, and he has very, very good jiu-jitsu. But here's the thing here. Let's talk about notable wins for just a quick second, brother. You wouldn't believe it, but Chidi Njokuani in his relatively, he's got a pretty long MMA career. 27 fights overall, but a lot of them haven't been in major promotions, right? He has a couple Bellator fights, all that good stuff, right? So in his last 5, 1 Dana White Contender Series, 1 LFA, 3 Bellator fights, right? But the notable wins, he knocked out Andre Fialho in the first round, brother. That's a man who knocks out everybody, right? So it's like, okay. He has a split decision win over Payne Max Griffin, brother. UFC contender for real. And then he has a decision win over Melvin Guillard, which if you don't know who that is, folks, look him up. Melvin Guillard is nobody to mess around with. And in terms of Marc-Andre Barriult, his notable wins have come in his last 2 fights. Abu Azaitar, who is that as notable as a win as some of the names that I just listed? Maybe, maybe not. You know what I mean? It's up there. But then you also have Dalcha Lungiambula, who is a tank of a man. So it's like, if you could beat that man, you could beat a lot of people right there, brother. But this is a different matchup, man. Number 80 versus number 36, David versus Goliath, folks. This is the sleeper I want you guys to tune into personally.